Hey YouTube, this is Comic Hero 77 back with another video, and this is part 3 of my Golden Age comic collection. And I'm super happy to present this one. This is a video that's dedicated to Plastic Man. Plastic Man is my um, favorite comic book hero of all time. He's number one on my list. I mean, he's at this time, he's pretty much the only humorous superhero, uh, you know, comedic superhero, um, which I think is amazing. And he was created by the great Jack Cole. And he first appeared in 1941 in the title that you see right here is Police Comics #1. Um, which I used to have in a CGC 3.0, but I had to sell it a few years ago to pay for stuff. And I have no regrets. I had to do it at the time. Would I like to have it right now? Absolutely. But I know that one day I'll own it again. So we're going to jump right in here. This is Police Comics number 16. And in another Golden Age, the first Golden Age video that I did, I talked about how it was very common for titles in the Golden Age to have several different characters with different stories. However, in the first 5 issues, actually the first 4 issues, they would have it lined up where they would have each character's picture and then the star of the book right in the middle. And Plastic Man was not the star. It was this character named Firebrand. And then, he did well, but people loved Plastic Man so much by issue 5, he became the star. So the first 4 issues showed Plastic Man's face on the side and then Firebrand on the cover. But then, issue 5, it was Plastic Man here and then Firebrand and the other characters. Some of the other characters you might know, Human Bomb, he first appeared in #1. Phantom Lady, Plastic Man, of course, Firebrand, I think Chick Carter, and then, some well-known characters like the very first Manhunter. He first appeared in #8, which we have here is the Spirit. He was in issue 11. He first came around in issue 11. Plastic Man's sidekick partner, and he's Woozy Winks was in issue 13 and has been his sidekick ever since. This is issue 16, and it's in poor condition, and the reason why it's in poor condition, this would probably be like a G or G minus, or a G if the centerfold wasn't missing. But since the centerfold is missing, doesn't affect the story, but since it's missing, it's considered a poor. But this is a great cover. It's not done. The cover is not done by Jack Cole, but eventually you can see. This is issue 17, and this is actually done by Jack Cole. And one of the reasons is Jack Cole would sign the bottom very tiny. He signed it tiny because he didn't want his name to get, interfere with the art. But the classic Jack Cole, compared to anyone else, very sharp triangular jaw, the silhouette, nice thick silhouette there on the, but he didn't look like you see here, it's much different. He had a triangle jaw, but if you look, I think that Jack Cole Plastic Man is a lot smoother looking. Where on 16, and I don't remember who did this cover. It might have been Gardner Fox, but I could be wrong. Um, but it's a lot rougher looking. It's not as smooth looking. Um, but I'm a big fan of Jack Cole. This number 17 is actually considered a pour also, for the same reason of issue 16. It's missing the centerfold. But one of the cool things about this is, if you look on the TP, you see a swastika right there. These are supposed to be Nazis dressed up as Native Americans. But this is a really cool book, and you have the spirit right there on the cover, which is pretty cool. I'm a big fan. Another Jack Cole. One of the interesting things about Jack Cole is he pretty much did the whole run, the covers, most of the Police Comics covers, but he didn't. And Plastic Man has his own title in 1943 called Plastic Man, but Jack Cole pretty much didn't do any Plastic Man art after 1950. After 1950, it's like ghost artists. I believe he wrote them, but I know that Jack Cole didn't draw any Plastic Man after. Definitely drew very little, but I don't think he drew any after 1950. But saying that, before then, as an issue 29, you can totally see just it's amazing. Great Jack Cole cover here. Really smooth looking. Really dig, I got this on eBay, I think for like $40 or something like that, $45. It's about a VG. I think it's great. It's a great book. And it's issue 47. It's about a G. I'll take it. I didn't get it for much. I think it, a lot of my Police Comics Plastic Man I got for under probably $20, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, but I just, the whole slapstick, and again, Jack Cole's name on the bottom there, very cool. The whole slapstick, the humor, and he's a superhero fighting villains, I just think is awesome. This is 47. This is 49. There's some, I think, water soil. It's like soiling right here, some water damage. It's also a G, but again, you can tell that it's a Jack Cole Plastic Man, very cool. Woozy Winks again, just great sidekick. This is issue 50. I got at a Big Apple Con in New York, maybe about 12 years ago. It's missing the corner right there, but it's about a G plus. And actually, this looks better than that. It's probably a G/VG. I'm probably grading a little low. This might be, I've seen VGs missing pieces, but I think this is a G/VG because it's a really solid book. This is number 56. Again, a G. I don't mind owning lower grade Golden Age because if these were higher, these are fines and higher, we're paying some crazy prices here. This is number 59. 59, this is considered a pour. I think the cover is either hanging on by a thread, it might be detached, but it's missing the centerfold, so it's considered a pour. But the whole, so amazing. Now at this point, after I would say issue maybe, I think after, I don't know, maybe 10 or maybe after 11 or 12, they stopped having the photos of the other superheroes on the side and just became, Plastic Man became so popular that they just put him as the star on the cover. Just no supporting cast on the cover. All the other stars are on the interior only, but on the cover it's just, Plastic Man is, the man. It's great. And here's another interesting fact. When Westerns and romance started to take over, remember in another video I said that publishers went with trends. So if like Western was big. They all did Western. If they all, if they did like a Casper type ghost, friendly ghost, they all tried to make a Casper type ghost. But as they started to die, superhero comics started to die out in the golden age. When they started to die out, there was like only the big names really survived. Westerns and romance really started to take over. So all the publications started doing romance and westerns. And what happened was, Batman did really good, Superman did really well, it survived, Wonder Woman did well. But believe it or not, Plastic Man wind up like fending off the onslaught of the romance and he was one of the titles that survived as well as like Captain Marvel did as well. But when I heard that, I was like, wow, this is really an important character. Some people might think he's just a joke, but I think he's just, there's so much about him that is so great. Going back here, this is issue 60. The cover's detached, but I got this for $5, and I was like, what a great cover. I don't mind having low grade there. This is great. This is issue 100, which is also another great book. I believe the cover is detached as well, or maybe at one staple. But I mean, Police Comics with Plastic Man went from issue 1 all the way to 102, and then after from 103 to like, I don't know, 130 or something, it became it was still Police Comics, but it actually became like a police officer or detective type of book. But I love this comedy stuff. I love Jack Cole's Plastic Man. It's really great. This is issue number 99. I mean, this is just downright hilarious. Where it's, look at that. Needles Negley's seamly career. He's using Plastic Man as thread. He doesn't even know it. Very cool. I think this is a G+. This might be a G/VG. Yeah, I love it. Now, here's another Jack Cole classic. This is the very first Police Comics that I ever bought. And a guy sold it to me. A guy in Manhattan sold it to me. Actually, this is issue 96, and he sold it for $96. He's sold it to me for about a fine. I think this might be VG/fine, but it does look solid. It's really good. It might be a fine, but I always conservative. This is a great comic, great Jack Cole cover. Very first Police comic, Plastic Man, Golden Age Plastic Man that I ever got. Great Golden Age. So actually, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to stop this video with this one, my very first Plastic Man Golden Age that I ever bought. So I'm super psyched. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, comic fans. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave some positive comments and some likes. And this is Comic Hero 77 signing out.